3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast back for another day of fun on your listening device. What is up, everyone? Why, hello, Steph.
Hi, Puffers.
What's going on?
I think I got something in my eye. You know that feeling? When it's like there's something there and it drives you nuts.
Yeah, I've had things in my eye
And
before.
but sometimes it's like you can't find it, or it's like one eyelash and it drives you completely crazy. It's the worst.
I don't know if it drives me crazy.
It does, like it hurts.
You know, before we jumped on the show, I go, all right, are you ready? And you're like, yes, I am ready.
Well, I'm not gonna hold up the process.
And then I did the whole thing where I start that and all that stuff, and yeah, and then as soon as we get on, I have something in my eye.
Well, I'm not gonna hold up the production process for an eyelash. I'm just saying.
You can. We're not really we record this ahead of time. We're not live. All right, Steph, we're live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Everyone's waiting. We'll do it live.
I know. I was ready to go, but I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Today's show brought to you by Steph's Eyelash. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai. Right on the price, right on the pike. Loving the new space still. Steph is not decorated yet. I'm a little shocked.
I'm waiting for a few more things to be some of our equipment to be put where it will be.
Okay.
And then I will get the decorating going. I'm trying to be aware of people who are hanging things and putting other things up.
Okay.
So that all of my tinsel and jingle bells aren't in their way.
My God.
You hate when tinsel's in your way, right? I mean,
You know what's even worse? Tinsel in the eye.
Exactly.
Tinsel in the eye could be the worst thing ever.
Could you imagine?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to live in a world where tinsel's all up in my eye. All right. Speaking of tinsel, speaking of Christmas, Steph went on a whole little rant the other day. Actually, yesterday's show, actually, where you're like, these are the reasons I will make a PowerPoint presentation. These are the reasons why I have no problem celebrating Christmas early. And I won't even call it early. It's the right time to celebrate Christmas. Well, how about we give a little history over why Christmas gets celebrated so early?
Oh, there's history.
There is. Why does Christmas start so early? One theory is that during World War II, it was necessary to mail Christmas gifts early for the troops in Europe. So merchants joined the effort to encourage customers to shop and mail early. That kind of made the Christmas shopping season like push up in the calendar. So the whole big couple month long Christmas season was born from World War II.
See, I'm just trying to support American history here, people. That's all I'm doing.
It's just this little tidbit, you know.
It's interesting.
We want to entertain, but more importantly, we want to educate and inform.
Always.
That's what we are. People they gather around their listening device for the Puff and Steph podcast. Time to go to school, everyone. Sit down, kids. Let me tell you a little bit of history.
That's what we do.
Only if it matters to us. This matters to Steph. And if you don't agree with Steph, that means you're anti-American?
Yeah, how could you? I'm just
do
trying
that?
to be patriotic here.
We're going to use that?
Sure, we'll go with that.
All right, okay. So let's talk about the things that Americans shoplift the most over the holidays. So these are the things that get stolen. And I'm not talking about looting and things like that where people are walking out of Best Buy with a washing machine on a dolly. All right? According to Market Watch, we have 10 things that Americans shoplift over the holidays.
This is kind of sad. Talking about how bad Americans are as people sometimes.
Some of these are really, really funny. Some of them make sense. Like number 3 is electronics. That's a good one. You know, you fit that in your pocket, you take it with you.
What do you... Okay, whoa. What do you mean that's a good one? We do not encourage
that's a good
shoplifting.
thing to steal. That makes sense.
Nothing's a good thing to steal, Puffers.
I don't mean like I would do it. I'm saying it makes sense. Like, oh, okay, that you steal that.
We just need to be clear that we do not encourage that.
No, I don't encourage it. I just saying like, oh, yeah, people steal that. That makes sense.
I see where you're going.
Okay. Number 10 is gourmet chocolate.
Really?
People are walking into like Gertrude Hawk and like coming out with smidgens.
I love Gertrude Hawk. I mean, it is a little pricey, but it's worth it. You
Is
know?
it?
Yeah.
So it's worth stealing then. So Steph says number 10's good.
No, I'm saying it's worth paying for.
Oh, okay. Children's toys. Sure. That makes sense.
But a lot of them aren't easy to steal, I would imagine. Like bigger toys.
How come my G.I. Joe doesn't have a package? Don't worry about it. It was easier to fit in my pocket that way. It doesn't have all of its accessories either. Your G.I. Joe doesn't have any guns. It's going to use hand-to-hand combat. Okay. Other things that make the list: booze. Yeah.
Like from a wine and spirits store?
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Are you kidding me? Like,
Am I kidding? Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you. I'm sorry, I'm not a thief.
What did you come in? You came in with that bag, right? Okay.
Boots?
And I'm not talking about what you're wearing. I'm looking at your bag.
Yes, I have
Your
a bag.
boots. So you have a bag,
Not big enough to fit a bottle of vodka in.
but there's other smaller bottles
Oh,
you can
the
fit in
little
there.
mini bottles.
Not even the mini bottles. There's you could listen. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not trying to tell people how to steal.
You've thought about this, haven't you?
I always thought women carry these giant bags around. They don't check. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying they don't check. Meat and seafood made the list.
Really? Let me just put these crab legs in my pocket.
Careful, I got crabs in my pants. Careful. Let's see. Leather clothing. That's weird.
What?
I
Why?
don't know. That made the list.
I'm confused.
Perfume and cologne. Sure. Winter clothing. How do you fit a snowsuit? How do you steal a snowsuit? Do you put it on and then put your jacket on and walk out of the store?
You know what? I bet that's what it is. You can go in a fitting room maybe and put things on underneath. But winter clothing's so thick. I don't know how they
Yeah.
get away. Walking out looking like a marshmallow. Oh, see you later.
Right. And number one was cell phone accessories, like cell phone cases. And this makes a lot of sense to me because they get so expensive. So expensive. Some of these cell phone cases, I get it. You spend $1,000 on a new cell phone. Okay. So you want to protect it. But oh my God, some of them almost seem like a ripoff.
How expensive the cases are?
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, if you're going to spend $1,000 on a cell phone, spend some money on a nice case for it.
I can't. I just spent all the money on the phone.
Well, then don't get the phone.
No, yeah. Maybe.
Wow. I mean, I know phone cases can be expensive, like the OtterBoxes and LifeProof
Right.
and all that.
So I want to talk to you about something. I don't want to really get into the election too much because enough people are talking about it. But I have to talk to you about this story, and I want to get your take on it. All right? There is a woman, this is kind of a sad story, who did an early vote, but then died before Election Day.
No.
And Wisconsin isn't counting her vote.
I never thought about that. What would happen if that...
Right.
Wow. So they're not... I guess she's not around to be there for the consequences of whoever wins.
Right. So, but let's say you go to the poll. Let's say you actually vote in person. And as you're driving home, you get into a car accident and die.
Right. Are they tracking that?
I don't think so. They're only tracking this person who put in an early vote.
Wow.
Do you think her vote should be counted?
Oh, this is deep.
Right? This is a good philosophical question. I don't know how she voted. I really don't. And to be honest, I don't care. So, personally, it makes sense not to count her vote. That's weird. If she's not around on Election Day, then why should her vote count?
You know what, though? I'm kind of going to take the other side, I think, although I'm not completely confident in this opinion, just to be clear. I guess it kind of should, though, because what's the difference if she dies a day before Election Day or a day after? What if I died today, but they had already put my vote in? I mean, at what point do you make that cutoff of death?
Election Day. On Election Day.
If you die before Election Day's over, your vote doesn't count?
I think if you die before Election Day. If you die on Election Day, you're good. I think if you like Election Day's Tuesday, so if you die on Monday, sorry, your vote doesn't get counted. But if you die on Tuesday, I think you're good. I think if you can wake up in the morning, or maybe it's like a Cinderella thing. Clock strikes 12.
And you're good.
You're good. But what about time zones? No.
See, it gets complicated.
No, and this is weird. And I'm doing this solely, again, I don't know how she voted, and again, I don't care. I'm doing this solely on, to me, you have to look at it as is she available to vote on Election Day? If the answer is yes, count her vote. If the answer is no, don't.
But she voted ahead of time, which a lot of people were doing this
But they
year.
don't count it until Election Day.
Until Election Day.
You know, that's not true. I know some states were counting them before.
But they weren't really doing it till Election Day, and that's when results were starting to come out.
But Wisconsin, let's see. Yeah, it won't count in Wisconsin. Other states, though, say yes, it does count. So
we're a country divided.
No, but it's a state. This is how it is. This is how voting rules are. States can make up their own voting rules.
Right.
So for Wisconsin, they said, But for other states, they're like, yeah, no, all our dead people can vote.
All the dead people, please vote. You know what's funny, though, is that Wisconsin has been such a close race. It's been like literally, at one point it was like 49%, 49%. So like poor Mary Jane's vote could have mattered.
It could have. No, you dead.
Do we know how she died? I know that's irrelevant.
She's been sick. It's an illness. Aww. Yeah, no. She seemed like I read the story. She seemed like a nice woman. Again, don't care how
she seemed like a nice
I don't know how else to say
What are you basing that off of?
I don't know. Just trying to be nice. I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
No, of course not. That's why I just kind of feel bad.
She was a real hag. No, I don't know anything about her. I don't, like I said. The story might have said how she voted. To be honest, it doesn't bother me either way, but I don't think it should count.
I just kind of feel bad for her, I guess, because she was trying to exercise her right to vote, and
she did.
Well, kind of. She tried.
You can vote all you want. Will it count? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's just one of many stories I'm sure will be coming out in the upcoming days and weeks. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we got that advice column. This one's about Thanksgiving.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
This week we have a very special advice column. Abby wrote us. Again, don't know if that's her real name, but Abby, thank you very much for the question. This is interesting. I could see this being a problem in a relationship. Hey, Puff and Steph, I have a unique problem that I hope you can help me with. I love my husband so much. He's an amazing man, a terrific father to our 3 kids and 2 dogs. I had to throw that in for Steph.
Oh, yes.
But he's a terrible cook. That is the problem. He watches cooking shows all the time and thinks he's a chef. I can tell you with 100% certainty that he is not.
He is not a chef.
This creates a problem with Thanksgiving. We have the biggest house in the family, so we host pretty much every holiday. Because of this, he is always insisting on doing the majority of the cooking. I know my limitations and I can't cook. He is blind to the fact that he can't really do it either.
He thinks he's good at it.
Yes. My family loves him very much, but they just don't want to eat his food.
Oh, that's hard.
My brother is offering to do Thanksgiving this year, and the main reason is so my husband doesn't cook. This is our family's big secret. It's almost a joke. David can't cook.
So everybody talks about it, but David doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should I finally tell him? It's been 6 years since he started making the holiday meals. I'm really afraid of hurting his feelings because he looks forward to it every year. But I also can't subject my family to another bad meal on the holidays from him. Thanks for your help, Abby.
That is tough. Because he probably like gets all revved up with an apron. He's like, we're cooking, everybody.
I'll give you a perfect example of someone who's probably like David. Do you know Chris Garrett?
Yeah.
Traffic guy. Nice dude. Buffalo Bills fan. My boy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He calls Thanksgiving his Super Bowl. He loves cooking. He goes all out for Thanksgiving. He always posts on, I don't know why I know this, but he always posts on social media. I don't know why it stuck with me, but it has. He always posts a picture of his turkey. He's like, my Thanksgiving, it's time, right? From all the pictures he posts, it seems like he knows what he's doing around the kitchen. So good for him. And I know there's other people like that too. They see Thanksgiving as this big feast event, and they go all out for it. They're not just overlooking it like you do for Christmas.
Oh, don't even get me started.
So the problem is David feels that way, but he can't back it up with his cooking skills.
Poor Dave.
So what do you do if you're Abby? What do you do if you're Abby's family? Do you tell him? Do you like, listen, man, we love you. You're the best person. You just can't cook, bro. And I think it's time we finally tell you. Do they sit him down and have an intervention? Does Abby tell him, like, listen, Dave, your mashed potatoes suck. Your turkey's always dry.
How bad could mashed potatoes possibly be? It's mashed potatoes. How much can you screw that up?
You know, your turkey's always dry. Your stuffing is, we don't even know what that is. I think it's time to pass the spatula to someone else.
Yeah, you know, I think you and I are going to have two different takes here because of the two different types of people we are. I cannot confront people. I'm afraid of upsetting or hurting feelings. So I think that I would just kind of dance around the issue, and instead I'd be like, hey, my mom offered to do the turkey this year, and my brother's going to bring the mashed potatoes. Get everybody to bring something and just tell him, like, everybody wants to contribute. And if he fights, just say, hey, they feel bad. You're always, like, just let them do it. Right. And then everybody brings something.
So you continue to lie to your husband. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
You know, and you say, I think that's a decent way of going about it. Because maybe you say, like, we're going to start a new tradition this year. Instead of making you do everything, it's going to be a potluck. Everyone's going to bring something.
Yep.
So that way they're only subjected to one David thing. And who knows? Maybe David will get good at cooking that one thing, or he'll be able to focus on that one thing.
And it'll get good.
And he'll get good at it, or he'll give more time to it, and it'll be better. Maybe the problem is he's overloading his workload.
Yes.
Right? And he's like, everything's kind of mediocre at best because he's worried about everything instead of worried about just one thing.
Let him make that dish that no one really cares about. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, cranberry sauce.
It's not even a dish.
Yeah, but some people like really get into it and like put fruit in it and stuff.
Could you
Let him handle that.
Could you imagine you cook Thanksgiving? It sounds like he might even do Christmas too, by the way. But let's just focus on Thanksgiving. Every year for 6 years, you do everything. You do the turkey, you do the taters, you do the stuffing, you do the cranberry sauce, you do everything. And then one year they go, you just get the cranberry sauce. What do you think? I mean, he might be naive to his cooking, but he's got to be really dumb to not understand what's going on. It's a mutiny.
But you can really get creative with the cranberry sauce. Like, I have had family members that make it with fruit, and like you can make it from scratch, or like have them put the crescent rolls in the oven or something. Like, give them a simple task that can't be screwed up.
You're gonna put the crescent rolls in the oven? You got to give them. See, I'm actually not disagreeing with you. I think that's a decent idea. But you got to give him something important.
But what if he like you don't want gross mashed potatoes?
Listen, I know this is gonna be controversial. You got to give him the turkey.
No, not the turkey.
It's at his house. The turkey spends hours in the oven. Now we're assuming we're doing that and not deep frying it, but let's assume he's doing it traditionally. It spends hours at his house already. You got to give him the turkey and just be like, David, we want you to make this the best Thanksgiving turkey ever. And who knows, maybe he'll surprise him. But you can't give him the crescent rolls. You can't be like, here you go, here's the poppin' fresh. Throw it in the oven. Like, you can't do that.
But you also can't sacrifice the turkey. This is important.
Is it?
Yes.
What's more important, the turkey or David's feelings? Because if you give him the poppin' fresh he's gonna understand. He's be like, wow, my whole family hates me. Wow, sorry for poisoning you over all these years, everyone.
Right, and then you hurt his feelings.
And you're worried about hurting people's feelings? Say, David, we're going to take some stress off you, but we still want you to do the main course, turkey. And like maybe Abby, right? Yeah, there's her name, Abby, comes in and goes, let's try something new this year, honey. Let's not do it the way we've always done it. Like Abby's got to be like, pumping them up. Like, let's try something new. Let's wow them. We only have to worry about the turkey this year. Everyone else is going to bring the other stuff. Let's kill it with the turkey.
There you go. And then maybe she can help him with the turkey a little bit so it's not totally
She
gross.
flat out admits that she can't cook either.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, I know my limitations and I can't cook.
I feel you, girl.
You know, but I think we're on the right track.
Yeah.
I think Abby it's a little white lie. It is. It's lying to your spouse. It is, but it's not like you're cheating on him.
No.
You know, you're just kind of handing off some of his duties that he's not very good at.
Right. And I think that it's going to preserve his feelings a little bit.
Maybe start a new tradition and the family will be happier and Dave won't be semi-poisoning them.
And everybody will be able to actually enjoy their food.
Right. Instead of saying, oh, this is so good. Wow.
Love it.
It's so crazy. I thought I'd make enough for everyone, but every year we have so many leftovers. This is the strangest thing. Oh, well, you guys going to take some home? Oh, no, we're good.
We're so full.
Oh, well, I guess some turkey sandwiches for me.
Poor Dave. You know what, though? On another note, doesn't he taste it and not enjoy it? I mean, what kind of taste buds does this guy have?
I can't answer that.
Or maybe it's just in his head. He's like, I made this, it's
this
good.
This is fantastic. Wow. And the problem is no one ever says anything bad, so maybe he thinks it's bad too. But since no one says it's bad.
Oh, what a theory. So he's just like, I guess everybody else likes it, even though I think it's gross.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep making it this way even when everyone hates it.
Poor Dave, man.
He's stuck, and he's just like, are you sure that was good? Oh, yeah, no, it was great. Are you sure, though? Because I thought it was a loft. No, you're great at what you do. Keep watching Bobby Flay on the Food Network. You're great.
Nailed it.
You're fantastic. Mm-hmm. All right, Abby, good luck. Hopefully that helps. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, would you keep this promise?
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decreased my back pain and relieved my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Steph, 100%. I'm not even going to guess you would do this. Absolutely. Me, on the other hand, I don't know. I want to believe I'd be a good person, but I also know that I can be greedy from time to time. An Australian woman won $1.4 million in a lottery jackpot. She said she will abide by the terms of a long-held pact and give half of her winnings to her sister.
Oh.
This is what happens. She plays... Hold on. She buys the Set for Life tickets. No, her sister buys the Set for Life tickets, and she buys the Saturday Lotto tickets. So I think her sister buys a scratch off, and she buys like a pick number type of lotto. And apparently they've had a long running pact that if either of them win like a significant amount, they split the winnings. Well, on Halloween, on October 31st, this Australian woman won, and she says that she's going to abide by the pact and share half with her sister.
Wow, she is a good person.
I don't know how taxes work in Australia. Let's just say she won 1.4, so she is going to give, what's that, $700,000 to her sister?
Wow. She is a good person because a lot of people would not.
But and think about it. The titles are what titles are, but she was a millionaire, and then she wasn't.
Right.
She is no longer a millionaire because she gave away $700,000 to her sister.
Wow. I wonder if she's one of those people that is just so good and honest and upstanding that it was a no-brainer for her, or did she have to like really think about it? Like, I don't know what to do. Should I split it? Or if it was just like a no-brainer for her. Like, oh, I'm splitting it. That's been our agreement. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't really know.
That's hard because it's one thing to talk about it and get excited. Like, yeah, we'll totally do that. But then you have all this money and you have to actually take half of it and give it to somebody else. That's tough.
So, let's say you have this pact with...
You. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I was going to say your brother, but okay, let's say me. Let's say me. Would you split? Would you tell me? Hey, I won the lottery. I won $1 million. I'm like, yes, we won. I get 500,000, right? Yeah, about that. Would you take 10,000?
Does that work? Yeah, you can negotiate a little. Is it possible to keep it a secret, maybe? Like, but if you win that much, it's probably in the news. So you can't really keep it a secret. I would live up to that promise with you.
You'd give me half?
Yeah, if we had that agreement, I would.
I don't think you would. I don't think I would give you half. And well, let me explain to you why.
Oh, okay.
Let's
hear it.
It wouldn't be my fault. It would be my wife's. Because my wife would be entitled to that money too because we're married and she didn't make the pact with you. I did. And with her being a lawyer, she'll probably do some lawyer stuff and be like, she'll probably negotiate with you. She'll probably try a settlement. She'll be like, all right, how about we give you $50,000 to go away?
Oh my God, she'll make up a contract and everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My wife would not give you half.
She would go hard.
She would not let me do that. I don't care what you promised her. All right, I'm your wife. You did not discuss this with me. And I'm entitled to that money too. Okay, whatever you say. And let's just throw some lawyer-ish speak at me. I'll be like, Steph, I can't give you any money. I'm sorry. Sorry. Boss says no. Sorry.
The boss says no. Hey, as long as I get a portion, I'd be happy. Because guess what? Even if it's 10 grand, that's 10 grand more than I thought I was going to have.
Yeah,
you know?
You say that until I win 20 and you get 10 million. And we give you 50,000.
I don't know. 50,000 still sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, when I'm rolling up in my freaking Lamborghini. You're right. I should never drive one of those. It doesn't fit any DJ equipment whatsoever. All right, let's do some stumping of Steph here. This is kind of sad. 30,000 grade school boys were surveyed. 71% would rather grow up to do this for a living than be president of the United States. So think about a job that maybe to a grade school kid would be glamorous. And it's not fireman, policeman.
I'm thinking pro athlete.
Good guess, no. Think less glamorous.
Oh, less? I was going to say actor, but that's glamorous.
No. Think of really? You'd rather do that than be president of the United States?
Astronaut.
No. Less glamorous. You've done this as a job.
Bartender? What?
70% of grade school boys would rather grow up to be a bartender than be president of the United States.
What? What do they think a bartender and being a bartender entails?
I do not know.
Because don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoyed it and it's good money, but being president is probably above that.
Yeah.
Wow.
42% of teenagers surveyed claim to have this particular talent. What is it? Think about teenagers, what they're growing up with. You might even be able to do this.
They do have this talent?
Yeah. 42% of teenagers surveyed claim to have this particular talent. What is it? It's nothing like physical, like they can do a backflip or anything like that.
We know it's not whistling, if it's something I can do.
No, I think you might be able to do this.
And it's not physical at all?
At all.
Is it something intellectual?
I wouldn't say that, no. It's something it's like a muscle memory. What did you just do?
I was trying to think about things you do.
And you did this with your arms? That's muscle. Okay, that's the motion for muscle memory.
This is my thinking process. I'm like, what do you do that your muscles...
But don't think big muscles. Think like...
Is it in the face?
No.
Something you do with your feet?
No.
Hands?
Yes.
Oh. Cursive. Writing in cursive?
No.
Hey, that was a good guess.
42% of teenagers surveyed said they can do this particular thing. They have this particular talent. It's a thing with their fingers.
With their
Oh, I'm sorry. Hand. Yep, fingers. We'll just use fingers.
So you do it with your fingers.
What are they doing all the time?
Is it typing?
No. Close.
What do you do? Scrolling. Something you do with your
Close to typing.
Texting.
Right? But what kind of texting?
Oh, texting without looking at your phone.
Blindfold texting. They claim they can do that.
We should do that sometime, and like we should blindfold and like type and see who's better at it.
It's gonna be you.
Do you think?
Why'd you say it like that? You said that like a proper British person. Do you think you'd be better at texting than me?
I don't know why.
That was funny. All right. Yeah, we should try that one time. I'm gonna get killed. I think you're texting a lot more than I am because I only text you.
True.
You text everybody else who hits you up. I just text you. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Big Friday show. Enjoy your Thursday.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.